These statistics are not recent. We only need to look around to note that current statistics are considerably higher. We're not getting any slimmer, but that's all the more reason to ask what's actually causing this trend and what's driving it. The fact is, we've never been told the plain truth about processed foods. It was launched as a healthy new alternative to our age-old traditional diet. Yet processed foods, unlike our traditional foods, are not genuine foods. They're human-made products with unspecific content, labelled food. But that doesn't make it real food. There are so many questions we need to ask, and most of the truthful answers are shrouded in secrecy. Like the consequences we suffered when we first began to eat processed foods. The reason it's necessary to keep the facts about processed foods a tightly guarded secret. Why we began to get fat when we began to eat processed foods, and why we've kept eating them to this day despite the inference that they're responsible for the obesity epidemic, morbid obesity, and diabetes type 2. The answers are not complicated, they're just not available. We need to know when processed foods were first used and the immediate consequences, like what kept it going and growing despite constant warnings about the consequences. Very soon after processed foods first became popular, it became fairly obvious that they were making us fat. So why didn't we stop eating them? Well, that was the whole point. We couldn't stop eating them because they were addictive, but nobody was ever prepared to tell us that. So it's a suspicion, and therefore ignored. I will reveal the whole awful story in the soon-to-be launched The 3 World Events That Made Us Fat. It's the first time this whole story has been revealed. It'll not only tell you what's being done to you and your family without your knowledge or permission. It'll also give you the solution, a step-by-step series of modules explaining how to get back a slim, healthy body that'll last you a lifetime.